everyone. So today I'm very excited to share with you my Out the Door in 24 update. This was created by Deb B, and this is basically designed to be like a decluttering video, both in your makeup collection as well as in life. For me, this has essentially turned into like just a roundup of my monthly empties. I know for other people, they've earmarked 24 items that they wanted to see out the door by the end of 2024. But for me, I think just the way my makeup collection's been working, it ends up being more just about the empties than anything else. Sometimes if I remember some of the stuff that I earmarked at the beginning of the year, I try to just show you some of my progress, but most of the time it's just my empties. So let's get into it. So let me update you first on the declutters in my life because I didn't do straight up declutters in terms of like what I usually do where I post it on like my local buy nothing or bring it somewhere to donate. This time it was just literally out the door, like just needs to be out the door. Most of it was in the trash. I ended up just going through like bins and bins of stuff, mainly my kid stuff. Also just like the chaos bins that I leave throughout my house. I don't know if you call them chaos bins, junk drawers, something like that, right? We just have multiple throughout our house. And so I went through, I think, at least two or three of those. I even asked my parents to come over and help me clean out some stuff too. So they helped. And I definitely cleaned out about like three trash bags full of like kid stuff. Some of them were still good. Some of them like just were electronic toys that I just weren't really working right anymore. Bits and pieces, just how toys just like break apart or like, it's like a multi-piece type of toy and they just fly, the pieces fly everywhere and you can just never get them back in the same place ever again. Like that type of stuff. I was like, I just need that out of my house. So I'll call that a huge win. I don't even know how many, probably literally hundreds of items were in those bags, both from those chaos bins as well as for my kids' toys and just other random corners of the house. There's still plenty more to declutter, but I was on a decluttering kick, so I just rode with it and out. Got three trash bags full of stuff out the door. Got recycling that's been sitting in a corner forever out the door. Um, even my makeup drawers, I cleaned out a bit and got that out the door. I even did inventory of my makeup collection, if you haven't seen on my Instagram yet, and all of my empties that I knew I wasn't going to reuse its packaging for. And I kept some for this video. But other than that, from the rest of the year, like 8 months worth of recyclable makeup stuff out the door, like I just feel very, very accomplished this month. Like honestly, this could cover the rest of the year. Uh, but I will try to keep my personal decluttering stuff going for the rest of the year. But I feel like I was very, very motivated this month and I got a lot done. So I'm very, very happy about that. I'm looking at a corner of stuff that's in my room right now that's ready to be sorted through and donated. So that will be properly donated. And I also have, I actually have it right here. I have this little bag of stuff that I'm also ready to declutter to some friends. And I am pretty excited about doing all of that. Hopefully by the end of this month, maybe a little bit into next month. But anyways, let's get into my empties for this month. I have 20 items to show you, plus like a handful of samples that I also emptied this month. So I'm pretty proud about all that. Let me see, what is my designated trash bag? I will use this one for now. For this video as I'm talking through things. I have some skincare stuff, some makeup stuff. Some of these empties are more just empty packaging and I just ended up frankening them. So that's kind of what also gets put into these videos too, is like if I emptied up a product because of frankening, that also gets put in here as well. So yeah, let's talk through it. So skincare stuff first. And most of the stuff, a lot of the packaging that I'm talking about didn't even originally hold what it held. So I'll try to explain it. So this is originally had a lip scrub, which I used a while back, but I ended up putting in a tinted SPF in here. There's still like kind of remnants in there. It's tinted SPF that I mixed in there together and used it for a trip and used it up. So that's done. This held about like half an ounce of my tinted SPF. So I felt like it was an accomplishment, which is why I'm featuring it here. So that one is done. Next is that I officially finished up this moisturizer. I don't think I featured it in my last one, But since then I decanted this into like multiple tiny jars, kind of like this one, and just kind of use it up from there because this big jar sitting around with only like, you know, a little bit, just a bit in the corner left, like didn't make sense to me. So I ended up emptying this out and doing that. This one's a big accomplishment for me. I'm officially retiring the CeraVe um, like body cream. It originally had an SA cream in here, salicylic acid cream, and then I put in another mix of stuff, and then another mix of stuff on top of that. So like, I think at least this jar has gone through about 2 or 3, maybe 4 iterations of some sort of cream, but I think I'm ready to retire this. So I'm actually using up the last bit of the last Franken cream that I had in here. Franken cream is a weird word to say. I don't use that one very often, but yes, very, very proud of this. We'll officially be going into recycling. And then this has been sitting around for a while. This CeraVe foaming facial cleanser, really, really good one actually. I enjoy this a lot, but it just was sitting around in my shower for a long time, so I just decided just to use it up and get that out. Okay, any more skincare stuff? Here we go. We got some SPF here from Sephora. I was okay with this. It ended up being a little bit more of an oilier formula than I thought it was. I think the yeah, in essence, it seems like a really, really great product. SPF 50, all mineral, sheer finish, invisible finish, zinc oxide 15.5%. Like it just seems all like so good, but it just was on my face at least a little bit oily. It might be better, I guess, through the winter months too, but I don't think I'll be picking this one up again. The great perk about this though is that for one, it's an airless pump packaging, and the airless pump also unscrews. So if you have like a syringe that you can refill this with something and like have the means to like clean this out or something like that, I might end up doing that. I'm not sure yet because I do love airless pump packaging and soft tubes a lot, and they are hard to come by. So I might be thinking about that. So this packaging might be something I'll end up reusing. And then I did end up finishing up a facial cleanser. This is the Kiehl's one, really, really basic, was really good. Didn't have any issues with it, but I don't think I would pay the price that I would have to pay to get that one in particular. Officially retiring this bottle here. This is the Milani Make It Last. Ended up putting the actual setting spray into a different bottle, which I'm almost done with as well. I'll show you guys. Put in this MAC Fix Plus one because the sprayer is really good. Yeah, if you get it now, if you get the Fix Plus bottles now from MAC, they have those sprayers on there. And they're in that mister is really, really nice. And but yeah, I'm almost done with that. So, but I'm not gonna reuse this again because the sprayer on this one isn't great. Okay, I finished up this serum here as well. I think I finished up during my trip. At the end of August. So this one is done. This is an Innisfree Retinol Cica Repair Ampule, which I basically use like a serum. This was kind of like the travel size version. I did have the full size version here as well, and I'm almost done with that one. So hopefully you'll see that one in the next empties or out the door in 24 update. I have 2 sponges that I'm retiring from this past month. Actually, both of these were really like marketed as really nice. One is the Beauty Blender Pro, the other one is Key Soul Care sponge, but like they just did not meet my standard or my expectations. I'm kind of a germaphobe when it comes to sponges, so I'd rather retire them quicker than or sooner than later. And once I see them starting to rip or start to, you know, not get clean very easily, I usually just let them go. I'm sure it's someone else. I don't know. Maybe I'm just taking care of my sponges the wrong way, but it doesn't quite, these types of sponges don't quite work for my makeup use. So I'm currently trying out some other solutions and seeing how I like that. Any more skincare type stuff? Another boring thing, I'm going to retire this eyelash curler. I got this 5, 6 years ago. And it's just starting to, I never really ended up using it. So I'll just recycle this. It's all metal, so I'll do that. All right, on to some fun stuff. Let's do some mascaras type stuff first. So this is a MAC Cotton Naughty Lash. And I really, really enjoy the component on this. But when I got this, it was already, I think the formula was expired. So I ended up just cleaning it out. So this is more of like instead of like packaging like finishing up. I'm actually going to keep the packaging because I love this component so much. If you haven't seen it before, it's a two-tiered like mascara wand. So basically how it works is that um, the stopper in here doesn't take off much product, but if you unscrew the top of it, it actually pulls this out, and this part acts as a stopper and pulls off a lot more product. So really, really designed this. Don't know why more companies aren't using it, because they basically market it as like, if you use this, just this, then it's volumizing. If you use it with less product, then it's lengthening. However you want to spin it, it just means less product. But I am such like a natural mascara user that just using the top one alone and this like the stopper, the scraper took off so much of the product, and otherwise I would be scraping it off with like a tissue paper or something like that. So this was such like a miracle product to me, or like a miracle packaging to me, but they don't make this anymore. I don't think any brand out there is really making anything like this other than like stuff on Amazon, of course. But so yeah, keeping this around so that I can potentially put other mascara in here, thinking about it. Yeah, but yeah, just keeping this around for the packaging mainly. And then oh, and then this one I am done with. This is so dried out. I use it for both my, I tried using it for my eyelashes, didn't love it. Ended up using it more for my eyebrows and didn't work too bad. So that one's done. All right, let's get into lips. So I ended up finishing, or like, yeah, pretty much finishing it out. This Nivea 2-in-1 lip scrub and lip balm. Took forever, but honestly, I didn't use it up organically. I used up the last bit as a Franken. I mixed it into a fresh lip balm and then put it into this component here. And then I ended up putting a bit into a separate one too, and still using that one up. So yeah, this one is done. Probably wouldn't purchase that one again. And then used up another mini lip gloss. This is our Armani one. I don't think the packaging is very bougie for Armani, but you know, when they're sending out small ones, I don't think they're gonna really pay for that. Formula was okay. Color was a little bit too light. Ended up mixing it with something darker. Yeah, so it's done. And then this one's a big success for me. I think I've shown this before in a out the door, but this is officially done. This is the K-Skin lip balm that came in the Sun Safety Kit from Sephora, and it ended up decanting this into like actual lip gloss tubes, because I don't like it when lip gloss comes in this type of packaging with the little applicator here. So but yeah, I'm done. I used it up over a trip, and honestly, this lasted almost throughout the entire summer. So like perfect timing, and really enjoyed the product. Honestly, just wish it didn't come in this and maybe came in this style. Although I was just fine decanting it and using it up that way. This one's kind of surprising. I've only had this product for about 2 weeks and already moving out the packaging. This is a Refi lip blush. It's in the shade Wine. It's really pretty. It swatches out to kind of the shade right here. It's like very like sheer. So I'm trying to say, but the way this component is designed, I think that the formula is too soft for this component, because every time I would go to apply it, it basically like hit against the rims of the component and then like leave these little rings all around the component. I'll have pictures of it on my Instagram, but I really didn't like that. I really didn't like seeing my product getting all dinged up like that. So I decided that decanting it would be the way to go. I pushed it into a kind of a slim stick like this, and then whatever was left over, I put into my lipstick palette. So yeah, sad to see that it didn't quite work for this packaging. I don't know if they could ever reconsider that. I have the same issue with other lip balms that are kind of in that style of packaging too, but the product is really good. Like the product itself is probably the stand-up product from the recent Sephora kit I got. So really love this. Even looking into a different shade, just don't love the component. So yeah, that's the story there. I have a pan empty. This was a Franken. This was a Franken bronzer, actually. I kind of said, yeah, anyways, let me start over. This was a Franken bronzer or Franken contour that I use as a contour topper. And as you can see, it is empty. I used up most of it. There was still some left on the rings, so I ended up Frankening it into this shade right here, and repressing it in there so that this pan is done. This is a really like, I don't know, this thing could probably bend like anytime. So I might just recycle this and let that one go. Although it was good for the few times that I did end up using it. This is the Benefit Rockateur blush. I also went ahead and repressed it elsewhere as well. Elsewhere as well, and so I scraped this out. I did hit pan on this, like, and got like not substantial pan, but like a good amount of pan, like teenager pan, if you will, not baby pan, just teenager pan, and ended up putting that into another component. With that, I also frankened it along with this blush here that came from a Tarte like face palette set here thing. And I created this blush that I pressed in here. So very pretty blush that came out of these two colors. So very glad that, you know, these are done though, in terms of like me reaching for those packaging, because it just like didn't quite fit into my collection. All right, we're down to the last things here. I don't think I'm going to really go through these in detail, but I have a handful of samples. I basically declared at the beginning of the month this was going to be sample September. I was going to go through as many samples as I could, and I really just blitzed through a lot of them in like 2 weeks. There's some skincare stuff in here, hair care stuff in here, you know, like samples of concealers and face stuff. Ooh, man, it's just a huge pile of stuff just like dropped out of the sky here. All right, not out of the sky, but out of my hand. Let's see if there's something else I missed. There it is. I ended up using a lot of the like skincare stuff on the back of my hands after I washed my hands, just because I was too nervous to use it on my face, and that was a suggestion I got when I posted on Reddit about this. And honestly, I would say it's really successful. A lot of the skincare stuff, not skincare stuff, sorry, the concealer stuff, I ended up mixing into a new Franken bronzer that I haven't used yet. So I can't say that I actually have finished all these, but at least this bulky packaging is leaving my collection. And I ended up putting that Franken, that Franken bronzer, not using it quite yet. I want to kind of take a break from liquid contours, but really excited to still have something like that in my collection, just because I can't imagine myself going out to buy one myself just yet. So I'll see kind of how I'll utilize that throughout my collection, but I imagine that I will try to use that up pretty soon, so you'll see it eventually. So that is it for my Out the Door in 24 this month. I'm really excited about both the declutters in my personal life as well as what I accomplished this month. Really impressed just to see myself using up so many samples, and also like just keep things moving in my collection to like keep things fresh, both repackaging and like frankening and all that stuff too. Like I feel like that's how I really keep my collection fresh for me, without like just to try to cull the temptation of going out to buy stuff. And I think that's a huge like, yeah, like benefit to panning, I think, is just really being able to shop my stash and create new things out of it too, and being creative with that. So I hope that if you're participating in this project, that you're also finding a lot of success in your efforts as well. And even if you're not, I hope that this inspires you a bit, just to like, you know, keep going and keep emptying the things that you really want to get empty. And if there's anything in the corner of your house that you just need to declutter, go ahead and do it. It's the time to do it. So hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.